Good morning, everybody, and welcome to this 12th edition of Special Steels Convention. Special steels is a very important subsector of the iron and steel industry. Of course, it makes, as the name suggests, it makes special steels, maybe carbon steels, alloy steels, or microalloy steels. And where is the application? The application of special steels is around 40 to 50% in automobile industry, but not limited to automobile industry, as new and new horizons are opening up for special steels, and lot of subsectors, lot of industries are using special steels instead of mild steel. Also, so to that extent, the market of special steel is expanding. Market of special steels is expanding in India as well as the export
You
opportunities.
are not audible, Mr. Chandekar. Yeah. In between, it gets disrupted.
Okay, okay, I will take care. So basically, the special steels is a very intricate subsector of steel, and it requires the making of special steels also requires a lot of knowledge about metallurgy. A lot of metallurgy is involved in the production of and processing of special steel. So taking all this into account, as you know, Steelworld has been organizing the special steels convention since last 12 years. Basically, the objective of this convention is to deliberate the issues, is to discuss the issues, is to debate the issues which are facing the industry, the prime issues which are facing the industry, understand the new trends which are going on in the industry, and get to know the new technologies, new processes, new markets, new trends in the special steel sector. This is the objective of the yearly conference which we do on special steel. See, till COVID, we used to do it on ground conference, but since COVID now that the digitalization is on the move, and we have converted all our products, all our services into digital on the digital platform. This conference also is being conducted on digital platform since COVID. And let me tell you, the penetration of this conference is not only when what you see here on this day, but it is the recording of this conference which will reach thousands and thousands of people around the globe. So to that extent, this is the benefit of digitalization which we are trying to get. So having said this, now coming to the 12th edition of this Special Steels Convention, we are at the inauguration session of this one-day seminar, and we have got eminent personalities from the special steels sector which are present, which have taken out their time, and which are here to grace the occasion of inauguration function. Let me introduce Dr. Anil Dhawan. Anil Dhawan is a veteran in steel sector, in special steel sector, and now he is Director General of Alloy Steel Producers Association of India. So he is in a very key position, and the Alloy Steel Producers Association of India is impacting the special steels industry in a positive way, and they are helping the industry to grow. So welcome, Mr. Dr. Anil Dhawan, and thanks for sparing time for us. And
Thank you very
also
much.
thanks for, I would like to thank ASMA for supporting this one-day seminar. Thank you, Dr. Dhawan. Then we
Thank you
have
very much. It's a
Mr.
pleasure.
Alok Vashishth. Alok Vashishth has been again a veteran in special steel, especially in marketing, and now he's heading an important portfolio in Kalyani Steels as head of marketing of special steels. So, and Kalyani, as you know, is a pioneer, is a leader in the special steel sector, and they are also sponsors of this one-day event. So, thank you very much, Alok ji, for sponsoring also, and thanks for your presence here in the inauguration session.
Thank you
So,
very much.
Alok Vasisht. Then we have Mr. C.H. Sharma. Mr. C.H. Sharma is again a very veteran personality in the special steel sector. He had a long innings in Mukan Limited in the technical services department, heading the technical services department. Now he is consulting lot many special steel sectors, special steel companies, and helping them to increase the efficiency and increase the product mix and expand the product mix of them. So thank you very much for sparing time, Mr. C.H. Sharma, and welcome to this inauguration session. So
Thank you.
first, first of all, sir, I would like to hear from you only. What are the new trends in the special steels and what you have to say about the special steel sector at this juncture? Mr. C.H. Sharma.
See today the special steel. If you see earlier, we had only couple of companies who were making the quality steel. Today, if you see, no, a lot more companies are now making special steel and they are meeting the requirement of the industry. Earlier we were saying that the quality is not up to the mark, but today Indian steels also find a lot of, acceptance in the foreign countries, also in the even advanced countries like US or Europe. And I think the slowly the capacity is also expanding according to the demand of the market. Today, I think we can meet most of the requirement of automobile industry. They need not import the steel, and they can the industry can develop all the grades of steel. And slowly we are also developing in India all value-added products like hardening, tempering, or spheroidized annealing, or other requirement which is required by the industry. But I see a great future with a lot of company, increasing the capacity. I was with SLR for more than 5 years. They are also trying to double the capacity in next 2 years. Then Kalyani Ferrous, which was having only a Jejuri plant, which they took over. Now they want to expand in Koppal, make the capacity almost double. And they will go for almost 7 lakhs ton, production at Koppal with 2 blast furnaces. And I'm also seeing capacity being set up by Lloyds in long products. In Chandrapur, they are coming with 1.2 million ton plant, but they will be concentrating main on the initially lower end of the market of the wire rods, high carbon or CHQ or lower end, and then they will upgrade to high quality wire rod. Maybe in next 3 years, we are seeing these 3 companies where I am also associated with them, that they are expanding the capacity. So I see a very great future. I don't think that the another 50% increase in the capacity in next 5 years, I think will get absorbed. This is my thinking. Thank you. Chandekar, you are mute.
Thank you, Mr. Sharma. You seem to know about everything about everybody. So that's the beauty. So now I would like to go to Mr. Alok Vashishth. Alok Vashishth has been in the market for so many years. Mr. Alok, let me request you to share your insights about the special steel sector. And what do you think, sir? At this juncture, how is the industry? What is the future?
First of all, thank you very much for this wonderful opportunity to me. And I was looking such opportunity to share my ideas and insights and my interaction with the industry practically. So once again, good morning, dear all. So hopefully today's interaction will be very helpful for all of us. So I'm thinking in the same line what Mr. Sharma is thinking and share their ideas. I'm optimistic about the alloy steel future in next 7 to 8 years. Too much. So I'm very much optimistic about the alloy steel business in coming times as for India specific and centric India, because lot of opportunities are coming not from the India but global. Apparently, many other opportunities they are floating to us. We are witnessed practically. There is so much opportunities that today's the capacity what we have will consumed, and another additional capacity will be needed in alloy steel in coming times, maybe in the next 5 to 7 years. Looking at the steel as a main ingredient for all the all the respective countries' economy. In India specific, we can say defense will be the main area, auto will be main area, general engineering, construction, mining sectors, all will see the growth of 7 to 10% increase. And from all the sectors, the requirement of alloy steel will be immense. presently, India's alloy steel capacity and capability both are in line to meet the requirements. Though there is some scope is required from the parent companies globally to improve the cleanliness of the steel, but all are very optimistic to make a more and more investment in the alloy steels, and it will open up big opportunities for the India. So in rest of my introduction, I will touch upon many of the areas and sector-wise insights will be very helpful for this forum. So that's all from my side as of.
Yeah, thank you very much, Mr. Alok. Of course, I have a lot of questions, but I will spare those questions for the next session, which is a panel discussion. So thank you again, and thanks for being with us on this inauguration function. And now let me go to Dr. Anil Dhawan. Dr. Anil Dhawan has been the Director General of Alloy Steel Producers Association. And Dr. Dhawan, I would like to hear from you. How is the industry doing? And more importantly, what initiatives ASPA is taking to make the industry better, make the industry expand and more vibrant. So over to Dr. Anil Dhawan.
Thank you, Mr. Chandekar. Good morning to my fellow panelists, Mr. Sharma, the veteran, and Mr. Alok Vashishth. Both are absolutely expert, and it will be pleasure to discuss with them. First and foremost, let me congratulate Steelworld for coming out with an exclusive session on specialty steel, and that is the 12th Special Steel Convention and Expo, and I wish this a great success. Let me tell you, this perhaps is the first in its own series of exclusive sessions on specialty steel aimed at alloy long steel products. Congratulations for this, and thank you for this. I also thank the Kalyani and other participants. I understand during the day we are talking about future of special steels, special steel markets, challenges, PLI scheme for special steels, where Mr. Gopal Krishnan, with whom we are working very closely, we are going to have a session with him. And then new trends in the industry and special steel applications. I think all these subjects are very dear to all of us and very appropriately thought of. And I'm sure during these discussions, we will have the views. And I think most important would be as to what we carry forward during the day takeaways, and then end up with some recommendations, suggestions, A, for the industry, and B, for the government or the institutes, where we are in the interaction with them. I think your very specific questions, what are the initiatives as far as making, I'll start with that and take few minutes to come to that and then briefly. First and foremost, let me tell you, and I think, as you said, I must amend the figures that you mentioned about. The special steels and the ASPA that we deal with, our units deal with, is auto sector is about 60-65%. And defense is around 25-30%. And the balance is all about aerospace and nuclear and other applications. Mr. Sharma will certainly correct me if I'm a bit here and there. But basically, around 60% auto sector and 25-30% defense. And as Mr. Vashishth mentioned, the major thrust, besides being in auto now, is also getting into defense, where many of our units, Kalyani, Sunflag, Mukund, Starwire, and I may not be knowing few, but then there must be many more who have ventured into these high-end applications. And believe me, even the government's initiative of Atmanirbhar and our interactions with both Defense Ministry is bringing some very good fruits as to bring all the grades which are being imported into India into a list where they would be under QCOs and they would be manufactured and supplied from India only, irrespective of anything else. Secondly, the other initiatives, which I must say, in case of auto sector and in other matters, few things which have happened are very important for all of us. Number one, on R&D. Because the ministry, on our request and the request, ministry has formed a committee on R&D investment and have requested for proposals, which I have shared with all the our members of Expo. And this would be an opportunity to give our proposals for R&D. R&D, when we talk about, and Mr. Vashishth and Mr. Verma will, Mr. Sharma will stand by me, there is a big challenge coming up in next at least 5 to 10 years as far as alloy steel and special steel industry is concerned. Reason why? A, the shift from the conventional fuel and conventional vehicles to electrical vehicles is going to be not only a challenge, but it is going to be a big opportunity for all of us. And I think we have, ESPA took really a good initiative. All ESPA members decided to go for a study, what is called as mapping the potential demand for alloy steel by 2030, considering electric vehicle penetration in India. And that report, we have circulated and given to every member, the soft copy as well as hard copy. It is really revealing. A, by 2030 or even by 2035, we are going to see much against our own thinking or idea, or as others are telling that demand will fall. Answer is absolutely no. The facts are that demand of alloy steels is not going to go down. There are two basic reasons. A, there is a big chunk of two-wheelers going into, it's already there, a lot of penetration is going into electric vehicles and arrangements being done. It will go into various things of batteries and charging facilities and all those things. Yes, in PVs, the quantum will go down, but then there are people, we have been interacting with Shyam and ECMA, and our understanding through this study is also that there are not going to be sudden shift, not switch on and switch off. It's going to be hybrid model for a long time, and then the gradual shifting as the issues of charging and others go down. And therefore, this report is so important for all marketing, investment, and for knowing what is going to happen. Nobody in the country or the world undertook such a study, and we took it through BDB, and it is a privy to all our units. And the Steelworld also should know, Mr. Chandekar, that this was our initiative. And we have come out, we have got beautiful recommendations. Lastly, secondly, on this, the biggest revolution is, other than PVs, commercial vehicles, there is not going to be any reduction in weight in consumption of alloy steels. Now, that is something very, very encouraging. That means out of the three segments that we talk about in auto sector, the experts are here in this in the today's seminar, that two-wheelers, as it is big thrust going on already, and commercial vehicles not going to get affected. And as Mr. Sharma mentioned, the bright future lies ahead, opportunities lie ahead. We don't have to worry. There would be an expansion of capacity. Coming to the second challenge, and why I say there is going to be the opportunity, and that is going to be the decarbonization effect, which is going to impact the steel making processes. The steel making processes, as you know, or that the government's commitment is there to the world body. Recently, the European Union has announced the CBAM, and therefore we are basically, our auto industry is international auto industry. It is not, it is totally integrated, and therefore the impact comes both ways. And therefore our units means, when I say our units, our special steel plant units are particularly the ones which are in EAF range. Kalyani would stand by me, and I must congratulate them. They have already flagged their production as a green steel. They have launched their brand. I would like him to talk about it when he speaks on this. So our industry, which is on EAF route, on a scrap route, is the low-hanging fruit. And I must assure that all our units must get into this mode of making their units A. It should be completely audited, means energy audited, and basically going in for methods to do it. And it is very easy. I think people can take examples from how Kalyani did it. And today there are 14 committees in the government, Ministry of Steel. Most of the committees, ESPA and its members are the typical members. We are contributing. So we will have to, and everybody has realized that the EAF units of ESPA are the first units who would be the beneficiary of this change. And therefore, when I say opportunity of decarbonization, I think we are already around 1 point something, whereas the normal industry BF route is around 2.5 or 2.8, and going down to 0.6, 7 should not be an issue at all. So it is second number one, that when the whole country and the whole world is going to from the normal conventional steel making into low carbon emission steel making processes, I think we would stand benefited. And thirdly, of course, when I said that two more things which ESPA was able to get contributed from the ministry, what that was on the technical committees of localization. When I say localization, there is a scheme called Steel Import Monitoring Committee, in which we have our technical experts from the plants as the members, permanent members. And believe me, not a single application for import of alloy and special steels gets through unless it is examined by ESPA representatives and cleared. If it is not cleared, it will not be imported. This now is getting extended to defense and aerospace grades. That is next. This is on the technical committee. Then I have mentioned we are on. Lastly, I would like to add where we have contributed is on a PLI scheme coming on special steel. Now, that is a separate issue within that special steel. So many other steels have got into it. Our share is limited, but we are continuously working out with the ministry to ensure that the specialty steel now for defense comes separately, because the Ministry of Defense is involved, so many other things. Lastly, as Mr. Vashishth mentioned, yes, India's the alloy steel industry, alloy steel producers, and ECMA and SIAM both have accepted this as a fact that we are fully capable. We can produce any grade of steel. The grades of steel are being converted into BIS standards by BIS. BIS has formulated a new group they have called ESPA Standardization Group, and I have requested all the CEOs of ESPA members to give us the names. We are going to give 5-6 members. So we would be standardizing all the grades which are hitherto being in GIS or in other specifications. They will be converted into BIS, and BIS will, the Ministry of Steel will make into QCOs. And once QCOs are done, then importing is not going to be that easy. And therefore, the OEMs, auto component manufacturers, and ESPA. ESPA, when I say ESPA, is nothing but our producers who are present today. And they are all very, very important responsible manufacturers. They have already shown, and as Mr. Sharma mentioned, each one have their own plans for expansion, upgradation, R&D, their keenness to get into the latest mind of the auto manufacturers, defense manufacturers, develop grades. We are not looking at the government for any out of the way help. ESPA, its own units, they have their own initiatives, and I'm proud of them. In fact, in most of the meetings when I mentioned that our unit, there is not a single unit in India producing green steel. One unit in ESPA has already produced, and all the rest are at the verge of producing green steel. So there is the initiative in all the units. And let me assure you that because of us, the government has demarcated even the advisory council. Steel Advisory Council has been divided into two parts. One takes care of 5-6, what is called as the integrated steel plant. And second one is the Advisory Council of secondary sector, in which we have all our steel producers. We have Vardhaman, we have Kalyani, we have Starwire, we have Arjat Steel, we have Sunflag. Most of them are individually part of that advisory council, which is a great honor to alloy steel industry. And with this, these are few of my views which I said, and which Mr. Sharma in the beginning mentioned. From few, I joined steel industry, sir, where in 1977 in an alloy steel plant, which was catering only to two units, Hindustan Motors and Tata Motors. And there was a third unit, Bajaj Auto. The first steel sold to Bajaj Auto from sale was when I went and waited outside the late Mr. Bajaj's rooms for 2 days. That was the time. This was the product which was right from the beginning in an open marketing environment. It was never controlled. And that is why this industry is so vibrant, so updated, so modern. So we have not gone to the government for asking for anything other than what becomes absolutely must. For example, export duty. When it came, believe me, I can share that letter from the Honorable Minister. He had recommended removal of export duty only for alloy and stainless steel units. Only alloy, I will share it with you. That was a separate thing that the government removed for everybody. And there are so many things which will come. I must thank Mr. Chandekar, and Steelworld for coming out with this exclusive. And as we go along, I would be happy to contribute. Thank you very much.
You really, thank you, Dr. Dhawan. You really explained the total present situation of the alloy steel industry and how far the industry has traveled, really. When you started, you only catered to 2 units. I remember when I started in Mukkan, we were there were ingot casting and ingot rolling also. So from that stage, isn't it, Mr. Sharma? Long back in Kurla. So from,
casting was not accepted in the market in 87.
Yeah, that is how the continuous casting came in the picture. And then from there, the industry has took off, and now you see how big the industry is. And we are really very thankful, and I am very happy that ASPA is spearheading the industry ahead. ASPA is leading the industry from the front. So taking the causes of the industry taking them with the government, liaising with the government, and guiding the industry to go ahead.